Hey everyone, welcome to another gameplay tutorial. For today, we're going to be playing Poppy Jungle, and here I'm going to teach you the tips and tricks, do's and don'ts, and advantages, disadvantages of this champion. As per usual, you always want to switch to your control ward the opposite side on where you want to start, then immediately recall and switch to your sweeping lens. That way you could prevent any level 1 cheese or invades, and switching to your sweeping lens is perfect timing because after your first clear, it's gonna be off cooldown, and you could use it to check if there's any wards or set up a possible gank. Going to this champion, Poppy is a very flexible pick, can be played jungle, baron, and support, but of course, I'm just gonna be talking about her jungle aspect. One thing that's very unique to jungle Poppy is that you can go fleet footwork. I go fleet footwork Poppy is because fleet footwork is the rune that helps you clear the jungle faster. And tank junglers don't have the fastest clear compared to the bruiser or carry junglers. That's why fleet footwork offsets, making our clear a bit faster, giving us more move speed and mobility when it comes to the team fights. You could also go for aftershock or face rush, but in the end, it's up to you on what you want to go for. Another tip when playing Jungle Poppy is that you always want to use, at level 3, you want to put 2 points on your first skill because second skill does not help with clearing at all. Going to the jungle clear, the reason why I started blue buff is because I want to try to look for a gank on the mid or bot lane before Shen hits level 5. Because as soon as Shen hits level 5, it's gonna be hard to gank the other lanes. So usually what you want to do is, after level 5, you want to focus ganking the Shen lane so that he wouldn't have any backup. Because if you gank other lanes, Shen can just ult and he could easy counter gank, basically. So we see Vi, this is a good 1v1 matchup for us, but we don't have Prio. So what I want to do is try to steal the Scuttle, and as soon as we don't take it, poke her a bit while looking at the map if we have priority. But since our Karma got pushed out, so we'll just play it safe. And luckily, our Rumble got first blood topside. That's really good because we could use that to snowball our lead later on. Since the bottom scut has been taken, we just go switch to the top lane scuttler. We want to take this so that we could hit level 5, but Vi's here. We use our second skill to cancel the Vi Q, and then first skill smite. Unfortunately, she already had the enhanced smite. It was 800, while my smite was still at 600. Unlucky, but it's fine. It is what it is. We're just a tank, so it's not the worst. And I initially wanted to go Triforce here, but I changed my mind and switched to Boots because I want to prioritize my ganking power and mobility. Because it's kind of hard to gank with Poppy without Boots, which is why I sacrificed a bit of damage for this. So I saw a Vi on the top side, so what I'm trying to do is go for a counter gank. Yep, as soon as she shows, I'm here. Perfect timing. First skill, third skill, push, get a kill here. Ultimate, get the Vi. Morgana arrives, but we're very tanky. First skill does so much damage, by the way. And Rumble also really strong early game. We could go for a dive here. First skill flash, bam, and clean. 3-4-0 exchange. So this is the power of Poppy and Rumble, by the way. Really strong early game, and that's what we want to do. We want to play towards our winning lanes. That way, even though we get outnumbered or counter ganked, we should still have the advantage in the game. So just pop the honey fruit, then proceed to go back to our own jungle. And clear the jungle, there's not much you could do. Just push the camp towards the wall and then use your first skill. You could try to go for a double clear on the Grom plus blue if you want to be efficient, but you could just do them one by one. It's fine. So the most underrated thing that people don't realize about Poppy as a champion is her first skill. It deals so much damage, especially if you're able to get the second proc efficiently. Because Poppy, first skill does 2 damage, damages twice. The first one is the cast, and the second one, there's another damage proc after 1 second. So if you're able to consistently get both procs, then she deals so much damage without even you noticing it. So that's what you wanna avoid when playing against Poppy. You wanna dodge the second proc of the first skill. And if you're playing Poppy, you want to hit it as much as possible. Because if you look at Poppy's first skill, it's just a 4-second cooldown. It's a very spammable ability which scales based on HP. So it deals more damage even though you don't build any damage item. Okay, another gank mid here. Poppy is a really good counter to Vi because you could use second skill to cancel the Vi Q, but unfortunately, she uses ult, so I can't stop the ult. And I tried to go for the pin on the tower, but it didn't reach. It would have been a 1-for-1 trade if we were able to stun the Vi. But it's fine because even though our Karma dies, that means Vi has low HP, no ulti, no flash, so this is gonna be uncontestable. We're probably gonna get this, and you could secure this easier if you're able to combine the first skill plus smite. Okay, we check if Dragon is gonna be contested. It just got started now because Vi resetted a while ago. So we immediately used the Herald so we could guarantee the first tower. And this is very contestable, especially since our Rumble went bot side. So when you play these team fights, you wanna catch people that are out of position. Nice poke by the Pyke. Wait, ulti to help the Rumble. A bit of a counter synergy, but it's fine. What's important is that our Rumble does not die. We have the numbers advantage, and our smite is coming up. We see that Vi's on the side, so we wanna take her down first. Cancel the Shen taunt and take down their jungler. Once the jungle's down, you know what? Let's try to kill the Shen. And when he flashes out, we'll just secure the objective. Okay, next question. When is the best time to play Poppy? So number one, if your team has no frontline, like this one, we have Pyke and Rumble, not the tankiest members, so Poppy is really good synergy with them. You could just go frontline, you could deal damage, apply crowd control, and even throw off the enemy with your ulti. Second, it's best if the opponents have a lot of dashes. Because Poppy's second skill, if you're able to time it right, you could cancel so much stuff. If you notice that last fight, I canceled the Shen taunt. You could also cancel the Corki second skill, and even the Viper skill. So you don't want to use your second skill immediately on a team fight. If you can, you always want to wait for a dash before using it. So here, go for top side since our Rumble's winning. Easy pin to the tower. This is another good thing about Poppy. She's amazing at tower dives. So if you have a winning lane and good setup on the tower, it's an instant punish on the... They can't tower hug because they're gonna get pushed to the wall. So with that, we got the first tower on the top side. And the reason why we're ganking top is because it's a Shen lane plus top sides are winning side. So Jhin, Pyke, even though they're not doing bad, it's just they're a bit behind, and their Vi is doing the opposite side, which is the correct play. Since they know that they have winning bot side, they wanna focus that. And if you look at the minimap, yep, the Shen even ulted in. I'm too far to help, that's why I'm just farming my jungle. But if they take too long, maybe I could help. Okay, my team's buying a lot of time. 1-for-1 trade so far, which is good. And Karma just, I don't know what happened to them. They're just choking so hard. What? With Rumble here. Looks good. Pin down the Shen. We could also combo with the ult and get another kill. Oh, another thing I haven't taught you about Poppy is the most optimal combo in team fights. So you always want to use your third skill and pin them towards the wall. If you get the stun off, you use third first ulti. And then that way, while they're flying, you could get the second guarantee proc on the first skill. So that's basically what you want to do. So sometimes people do. But if you want to perfect chain your CC, if you're doing it for the crowd control and not allowing them to flash, you want to do third ulti first. So that's a bit safer. Because if you do third first ult, there's going to be like a 0.5 second where they can react and flash out. Especially if they have tenacity. And then you could use your second skill. Second skill also gives move speed. So sometimes if you want to really reach someone that's far, you have to use your second early for the additional move speed to be able to reach them. But but as much as possible, you always want to save your second skill for when they dash. Oh, it is a good start. Really good for Poppy. Because when you're playing this champion, you wanna get your carries ahead. So we go for a flash, get the push on the Corki, Pyke, nice kill. And pretty clean game so far. Not much blunders. Our comp is really strong when we get the early game lead. All we have to do is stick together with our team. Can't use push the Vi away, combine our crowd control. Bam, get another kill. We have stone plate for more shield. Yeah, we're just tanking everyone. And as soon as we get the kills that we need, we just go back, disengage. The last thing that you want is to throw. So, what are the disadvantages of Poppy? Number one is that her clear is not the fastest, as I mentioned earlier. She could get out-farmed by carry junglers. And she's a bit team dependent on the later stages of the game. Because Poppy damage is really strong when you have Triforce. For 1 to 2 items is Poppy's damage power spike. But once people get their third, fourth item, then her damage will not be strong. She's gonna be more of a tank and disruptor. So you wanna have good carries to be able to utilize Poppy, because what you could do if you have a strong carry, mage or marksman, you just stick to them, and then you could just ult or push back whoever goes close. So here we go for another fight. Morgana gets absolutely popped. We push Shed towards the wall. You just spam your skills off cooldown. With second skill for the close-up. Okay, get another first skill. Shen with 1 HP. Jin flashing, and we get the kill. Unfortunately though, if you look at the map, we might not be able to reach the dragon. A bit too overextended, but it's fine. We're still giga ahead. Rumble is just 1v4ing the entire enemy team for some reason. And this is another thing that's good about Poppy. It's very easy to zone the opposing carry. Okay, we lose the dragon, but in exchange we get so much towers, plus a lot of kills, which is worth it in my opinion. Okay, we just go for the counter jungle. Whenever you win a team fight, you always try to look at their jungle and try to take camps. So we're 10k gold, despite being a frontline. And Poppy's second, third, actually only the Triforce is a consistent first item. And then second, third item is depending on the enemy comp. If they have a lot of AD, you can go for Frozen Heart, Thorn Mail. If they have a lot of AP, you can go for the Chaonic. And then third item, you can go for Twin Guard for both armor and MR. So another fight on the bot side. Our Pyke dies, so I'm trying to run towards them. Okay, I can go for a possible flank. I have flash. Bam. Okay, get the push on the Corki. Ulti. Bro can't play the game, even though he flashes. Nice ulti by Karma. And since we have the overwhelming advantage, we could just go for a tower dive. Yep, Stone Plate, so much shield value. My team just goes in. We just pop off and we sweep everyone and destroy them off the map. Okay, Poppy. Yeah, I wanted to push the Morg, but she had the Black Shield. Rip. It's fine. Okay, 609. With the 4 members down, we could push the mid tower. And another thing about Poppy is that her second skill, not sure how many, I think below 40%. If your HP goes below 40%, you receive more armor and magic resist. So that's another thing you can take note of when using Poppy. So that, as much as possible, you want to be below 40% and before using the Stone Plate for the additional resistances. So this time, I go for Twin Guard third item. Really good because they have a lot of crowd control and it gives me magic resist and armor at the same time. But if the Morgana was not that strong, so if there's another option, I can go for the Chaonic Rocket. But I went for the Frozen Heart to reduce the attack speed, and then into the Twin Guard for the anti-tenacity. Not gonna lie, my team's doing really good, so I don't have to do much. This is the best case scenario when playing tanky junglers. If your carries are strong, all you have to do is just protect them and provide crowd control, heal for your team. So we start the Baron. Another good thing about Poppy Jungle is that you could cancel the enemy jungler with your ult. Bam. Oh, got dodged, but it's too late. We already got the Baron, so it's fine. Okay, big stun. Holy, look at that. They got fried by Rumble. Wow, okay. My team smurfing, by the way. That's why playing tank junglers with a good team is amazing. Because all you have to do is engage and you let your team do their job. So this is probably one of the best case scenarios. Especially since they have a lot of dashes as well. Nexus is now up. We're planning to take it. We have Baroned up minions and the Shen's the only one up. Okay, get the stun. Nexus is up. And getting the ace. 5 seconds on the Vi. No more shield on the tower. And we're able to get the win. So pretty simple, yet effective champion to use. 97% Poppy. Fortunately, I mean, the Rumble did really good, winning Willian hard 7-0-17. And look at my damage. Despite playing tank, I have the second or third most damage dealt, almost the same as Karma, who's a poke build. It doesn't mean that if you're a tank, you don't have any damage. You still have a lot of damage, especially with your first skill. So this is a bit of a sleeper OP jungler, if you guys want to try it out. Basically, the hardest thing about Poppy is using the third skill to pin people towards the wall and hitting your ulti. And you want to use your ult on the enemy jungler, especially if the objective is being contested. So that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Ciao, ciao. Bye.